me just check for a minute, get things situated electronically. You know, that love-hate relationship with electronics. Okay, I just want to make sure I'm doing this right. Hold on a minute. Okay. Looks like we're good to go. So, welcome back to another age-friendly class. I'm so happy to hear that Auburn offers these to folks. I think it's so important with this coronavirus time that we gather or we use our energy to create some beautiful things. So this is a Slimline card. Most of you, I'm sure, know me by now. My name is Corinne Sandin. I've been teaching stamping and scrapbooking and paper crafting in the local area for 20 years. So, when I say a Slimline card, it is a long, thin card. It's a hot thing on the internet right now. It fits in one of your regular business size envelopes that you can get at your local dollar store or your stationery store or Walmart or any of those places. So in your envelope, your card will already be somewhat pre-folded. So I will give you the dimensions should you want to make any more. So this is 7 by 8.5. So if you put your paper in your cutter this way and measure it at 7, you would still have a nice strip to create a card with. So that's how I did it. And then I scored it at 3.5. So let me burnish this. Then I wanted my whole front to be covered with some pretty paper. So my piece of paper here, my designer paper, is 3.5 by 8.5. And then I have a layer. Now you can select whichever side you want to use. This is double-sided paper. And then this white mat is 7 inches by 3 inches. So this piece of designer paper is 6 3/4 by 2 3/4. And then this paper came with all of these flowers on it, and I just cut a bunch of them out. You are going to have to fussy cut that. Then I pre-stamped a greeting for you, and you have some ribbon. So let me grab my cutting scissors. And I'm going to cut this out very quickly. Now, when you have something like this that you want to cut out, it's better to let your hands be moving the paper. And I'm trying to cut it right on the line of the image. And you can find so many of these. I bet some of you even have some old greeting cards that you got. You could cut something out from that. Look at wrapping paper, magazines even. Sometimes you can find some gorgeous flowers or nice images that you can use. People just love the thought that you took the time to make them something. With your hands in your heart, as I always say. To me, getting a card in the mail is just like getting a nice, warm, fuzzy hug. And I know I've heard from other people, well, the post office takes so long. Yes, it does, but you know what? When the receiver gets it, A, they don't know when you mailed it, and B, they are just going to have an amazing day and feel so wonderful to think that somebody thought of them. All right, so you saw how quickly I popped that out. So I'm going to put my paper onto my card base, and I'm using my preferred choice of glue. Everybody Whenever you're a crafter, you find what you like the best. So I'm going to take this and line it up with my edge of my card. Just like that. See, that's why I like the wet glue, because it gives you a few minutes to make some changes. It only takes about 10 or 15 seconds for that to attach. Now I got to make a decision. Do I want it on that side or do I want it on this side? I think I'm going to put it with the green side up because it makes the flower pop. Sometimes I wish I was a fly on the wall so I could see what you guys are all doing. I'd love to see your creations. So we're going to have a border around this, a frame as I like to call it, a white frame. We're going to put our ribbon on about halfway. So let's see what it would look like if I cut it in half. Do I have enough? Yeah, it looks like I do. So let me grab my ribbon scissors. And then in a recent video, I showed you how to make sure your ribbon is straight. So I'm going to show you again. So this is at 7. And I want it at about halfway. So I'm going to use 3 1/2 here. And 3 1/4 I want it there. I'm sorry, 3 1/4. So just take a ruler, measure 3 1/4 on each side. And then I'm going to grab my trusty glue dots. And glue dots come in many different sizes too. I tend to buy the really tiny ones because you can do much more with them. So I have a glue dot on each end. And I'm going to put my ribbon below it, so that the bottom of my ribbon is touching that mark. And then as well over here. Yeah. Now this is going to go directly onto our card. Now you have a bigger space up top and down below than you do on the edges. So that's what you want to try to keep the same amount on the top and the bottom. So again, back to the trusty Tombow. So this I will be doing eyeballing it because I don't want any pencil marks on my card. But you should have about, looks like to me about 3/4 of an inch on the top and the bottom. Then I gave you some dimensionals. I like to cut them in half. You can purchase smaller ones if you need them. I want one behind my flower here. And I'm going to put that right up top here. And then I'm going to take 2 of them for my greeting. I'm going to put one on each side. You will have a leftover one that you can save for another project. Let's get these paper backings off. And I'm trying to center that between these 2 points. And my little piece of ribbon. So if you want both satin sides to be up, when you pull it through, make sure they're facing up. I can see on this one I didn't pay attention and it's not. Again, I'm grabbing my ribbon scissors. Bringing my 2 ties together and cutting them. That way they're almost the same length. Then you should have some little little blings that I gave you. That's probably the hardest thing, is to pick them up. We're going to put 3 of them right in the center. An odd number always is much more appealing to the eye. And my last one. All right. Let me get my scraps out of the way and give you one last look. So you can see, some of you may have a different color paper. I made, oh gosh, I don't know how many of these kits. It was such a popular one for several classes. But you get to decide which side of your paper you like. So until next time, please take care of yourself, stay safe, and be kind to each other. And thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.